Hello everybody and welcome back to Walkabout 2019. This is day 4. Starting out from our campground in Sequoia National Park, making our way up through Kings Canyon National Park to our campground for the night in Wishon Bass Lake. Now it looks like this is just a short 4-hour day, but I can assure you that it is not because Google Maps is being stupid this morning. Because Kings Canyon National Park is closed and won't let me draw the map on the road up into Kings Canyon, up into the valley there and back out to give you an indication of how long that day's drive really was. I can assure you it was much closer to a full day, an 8-hour day, a day of beauty, a day of wonderful national parks, which included both some remnants of Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park as we headed up towards Yosemite, although we didn't quite reach there that day. So the first thing we do the next morning when we get up is we decide to explore a little bit before we start packing the car. We got a great night of sleep because there's a rushing, roaring river just below these tents you see in front of us. And we went down to check that out. All right, time to pack up the car and get going as we head south. Yep, that's the wrong way. You see, we wanted to backtrack and check out the General Sherman tree. We hadn't had time on the day before to do any of the sightseeing of the giant sequoias because we didn't get into camp till like 7 o'clock. So we headed back to the main parking lot above General Sherman before we hiked down to where he is. Now, they have a nice big warning sign at the top of this trail, and looking at it, you'd think, yeah, no big deal, whatever. It's only 0.4 miles long, but here's the thing. This is 7,000 feet of altitude, so climbing back up this trail is a bitch, believe me. Even if you're in shape, it's not easy. So we hiked down, saw a bunch of other big cool trees, took some pictures of them, they're beautiful. And finally, we turned a corner, and there he is, the General Sherman himself. General Sherman is the world's largest tree by volume, 275 feet high, 36 feet in diameter at the base. Sequoia trunks remain really wide even as they get tall, so even at the top he's 17 feet in diameter. Just a huge, huge, massive tree. I actually couldn't get a picture of him when I got up close with my camera and had to take a video to get the whole thing in. After we were done hanging out with the general, we did a little hiking around his general area, checking out some of the cool trees and some of the beautiful sights in that area. Then hiked back up the hill to the parking lot, and let me say, I wasn't kidding, that was tough. When we got to the parking lot, we encountered this ranger crew. One of the things going on around the park while we were there is some controlled burn, and these guys were heading out in the morning to go do some work and take care of the park and do a burn. And we wished them luck and hope that they made it back safely. And then it was time to hit the road. It was a beautiful morning driving through the rest of Sequoia and up into Kings Canyon. Highway 198, the General's Highway. Then we took a right onto the 10-mile road, and finally Highway 180 up towards the park. Along the way, we stopped at a couple scenic overlooks, just some stunning, stunning views on this morning drive. We also stopped at Boyden Cavern, not to go into the caverns themselves, which are commercial, rather to check out the South Fork of Kings River, which was full and raging on this day. We also stopped at the Grizzly Falls picnic area, which was absolutely gorgeous with the raging water coming over the big, huge rocks. We got to stand here in the mist for a little while. It was quite cooling on what was a pretty hot day. Then it was a drive up into Kings Canyon National Park itself and lunch right here by the Kings Canyon Lodge on the banks of the South Fork Kings River. While we were eating our lunch, we had a couple visitors stop by for a bite. What a lovely, lovely day and a lovely bit of a spot. Reno and Amy both enjoyed the lovely view and the picnic. Then it was time to get back in the car, finish our loop of Kings Canyon National Park, and head back out Highway 180 towards Central California. Honestly, Highway 180 is some of the most gorgeous scenery I've ever seen in my life. It's just absolutely stunning going in and out of Kings Canyon Park. Then it was up through some of the California foothills bordering the Sierra Nevadas, up to Wishon Bass Lake and the campground that we had reserved for the night. But before we made our camp, we decided to scoot on into the closest town and get some grub, namely pizza, so we could stuff our faces at the Round Table Pizza. It's pretty good, to be honest. Then it was back to the campground to set up for the night and enjoy the beautiful evening with me, Amy, Reno, and the lake. All right, that's it for day 4, everybody. Thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next time for day 5 when we head up through Yosemite National Park past Lake Tahoe and Reno all the way up to the volcanic Legacy Scenic Byway and our campground for the night of day 5. See you then.